Hey guys, welcome to Chasing Hyperspace podcast episode 2. For fuck's sakes, here. Let's just do this, alright? Today's October 17th of 2020. Um, I'm gonna be smoking a joint. I have no fucking idea what strain this is, but I just rolled this, so I'm going to kind of wait for it to dry so the paper doesn't, just so it can burn evenly if it's not wet. So I don't have a fucking script for this shit. I'm just going off the top of my head. That's just how it's gonna go. Okay. I'd like to do these regularly. The more the better, probably. And I'm going to, focus on just having this be a great podcast. So, I was listening to Kevin Hart on Joe Rogan, and I already watched the podcast before. There's 2 episodes where they're together, but it's a video where someone kind of edited and did one of those videos where it's like drawings on a whiteboard. So, and is just talking about like negative people or reacting to negative people or how to deal with negative people. But there's just something Kevin Hart said during that, which is, it's like if you don't think you're great, then, question why. There's no reason to think that you're not great. And so I feel that in a way. And there's a thing where I feel like negative people will kind of, they'll comment, they'll say some shit out their window. Like one time I was recording a video of myself talking on a selfie stick with my phone, and while I was walking around recording myself talk, someone yelled out their window, said something along the lines that I don't know, that I look stupid or some shit. I don't fucking know, but I kind of reacted really quickly in a way where I told them to go fuck themselves. It was like this older lady that I didn't even know, and she said some like comment about me. I don't know, it just kind of felt like a negative kind of thing where it was like, it can feel like other people almost get jealous, or they just get, they see someone else trying to have a spotlight, or just trying to kind of express some sort of value, and other people kind of, it makes them, I think, self-reflect on themselves, and like almost like, what's the point of just like saying things that I think are valuable, or like sharing value, like almost as if, it's just gonna, almost like a meaningless sort of thing that I'm just kind of interpreting other people like who are negative. I feel like there's kind of this thing where it's like what's the fucking point, just fucking be a normal person, why you gotta try to act special, that kind of shit. You think you're like different, you think you think you have something to share, you think you have something to say, fuck you, kind of thing, I don't know how to really explain it, but it's just gonna be those kinds of people, and it's like it's a weird thing, okay, but you know sometimes just showing up is you're already winning by showing up. I don't know how to explain it, but just taking a shot, even if it's not 100%, just giving something is better than nothing. And I think a lot of people are afraid to share what they have to say. People are afraid to kind of like attempt things. Like I was always like, I'd rather like not do homework so I wouldn't get graded on it. I'd rather just not do things than get graded um, as not 100%. I'd just rather kind of, not get graded anything than to not be 100%. I don't know. People would say like a perfectionism kind of thing. But I think giving effort is valuable, and even if it's like humbling in a way, to to kind of just put yourself out there for in a flawed manner, or to do things even if they're badly, than to not do them at all. So that's just kind of what I'm gonna be doing with this podcast. I'm just gonna do it, So I was watching the Joey Diaz podcast, or it's called Uncle Joey's Joint. I watched like the first two episodes, and he's fucking hilarious. Okay, and then I watch his podcast, and it's like, damn, like he's just on point, fucking hilarious, high energy, just like he's just like a fucking like a monk, or like some enlightened Buddha figure kind of thing. Not literally, like he's not literally like a fucking I'm not saying he's fucking Jesus Christ or anything, but it's like some people can resonate at a very high resonance, and like have tons of positivity, and people who have been through a lot of struggle and actually have gotten to the other side of it is extremely valuable. And there's something about Joy Diaz. He has I can sort of see some of his philosophy when it comes to language, or like words, and being upset about words. I feel like there's a lot of like cancel culture, and a lot of I'm trying to pinpoint the issue exactly with a lot of people, but it's like there's this expectation to be perfect. Like a lot of people have these expectations of other people to be perfect, and it's like this need for other people to be perfect, and this kind of disappointment when other people aren't perfect. It's kind of like this thing where it's treating people as socially unacceptable, and to kind of outcast people, and to can almost kind of create these different groups of socially acceptable versus not, the acceptable versus not, and it's just kind of crazy how nowadays I feel like there's this huge issue with kind of suppression of ideas, and cancellation of ideas. Like if you don't say what I think, then you shouldn't be saying anything at all. Um, I don't really know what it is exactly, but um, I just feel that there's some people who just they're extremely bothered, and by things other people say. Some people just take things so seriously and personally, and just kind of like um, it's like other people become sort of like like a deciding judge sort of thing on whether other people kind of judge whether, say if I were to like use, I want to say the word use other people to determine whether or not I'm like have if I'm acceptable or not based off of their perceptions of me. That is going to just make me feel extremely like unworthy or just like um, negative or like less than worthy, just kind of like a burden, if anything, you know. Um, it's gonna make me feel like a problem, you know, and it's kind of like a pathology. It's like a pathology to kind of to think that I am. Um, at some point, like I gotta be able to separate other people's problems from myself. I think a lot of people can sort of project their problems onto other people. You know, there's some quote out there about other, you know, just sort of realizing that other people's projections or opinions on you is just a reflection of um, their own inner relationship with themselves or something like that. And I think there's got to be some truth to that, where you know, sometimes, you know, there's like some random older lady that just, you know, kind of just hates on me or judges me as you know, looking like a jackass or something, recording myself on a selfie stick talking. And the way I kind of like perceive that is like they have an internal struggle with their own self-expression, and seeing other people overcome that struggle, that fear of expressing themselves, it I don't think it makes them feel very good, um, in a way, because it just kind of like highlights this this barrier that they have, and this kind of limitation that they've put on themselves, or that knowingly or unknowingly there's like this boundary. And it's like seeing someone cross that boundary and kind of crossing um, something that they think limits themselves or something like that is just kind of like they don't want to see that it's possible, I think. Or sometimes it's a thing where it's like other people don't want us know that certain barriers are able to be overcome. Like sometimes other people's overcoming of things is kind of self-reflects them, and it shows them, you know, it makes them realize or self-conscious of like the things that they have yet to overcome. And it can just kind of um, bother people. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, um, there's definitely like haters out there, I guess. There's people with problems, and not saying that, you know, I'm not trying to say that people need to be more, like I need other people to be more, uh, or to, that I need other people to, like I'm not trying to shame people for not overcoming things. Um, but like there's more to all of us. I, like some people feel like they're limited, and if I could sort of address that kind of thing where other people have this expectation of others to be perfect, I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm not perfect, especially not at every single moment of every single day, you know? Like, I'm not 100%. And, you know, if there's like a team or something, and um, we're kind of trying to, I'm in a team, and um, or like there's a mission and there's a team trying to strive towards this mission, and I see the mission, and perhaps, or like I am striving to kind of accomplish that mission 100% myself. Like I take that burden on myself, that responsibility on myself. And there's kind of this thing where it's like it's all on me, and I think there's some truth to that, but there's also truth to the fact that there's more to everyone. Just there's kind of this pathology in a way, though I have a weird appreciation of this sort of thing where it's like, um, like just taking it all on me and it's all up to me. It's all um, I have to be 100%, and if I look at it any other way, then I am kind of neglecting, my own growth. Just kind of capitalizing on my own personal growth as much as possible. And I still would like to kind of strive for that, but at the same time, I'm like still strive for that, but at the same time, you know, that admittance of I'm not, I just know, it has yet to be possible for me, and I can't promise that I will, you know, be everyone's savior or some shit like that. It's kind of this thing where it's like, good luck with, or like, there's some, if I'm not 100%, then like, that's just how it is in that, like, moment or whatever. And, good luck, um, good luck, um, if I'm not 100%, like, that's just kind of the way you take that. If I've given my best, the way you take that is just on you, I guess. And I've felt like a deep sense of peace after kind of seeing this sort of thing. Um, Especially like with a relationship, like, I feel like a lot of time there's kind of this idea when it comes to relationships that I think some people have this ideal or something that, people are going to meet halfway and say, I'm going to be 50% and the other person is going to be 50%, and we're going to just together be like, um, kind of like one or something like that. Um, but I was doing this thing where it's like, don't worry about picking up any percents. Like, just, you're perfect, okay? Um, and it's just me that's like the problem, I guess. Or like I'm the one that has to, fill in the gaps. I'm the one that um, has the expectations, um, on me, and I'm the one who's to blame if shit doesn't, um, just kind of taking vic um, extreme ownership of like victory or failures. And there's this thing where it's like, I like the idea of extreme ownership, but I think there is kind of some hiccups that people can have when it comes to extreme ownership. And I think one of those hiccups is being so greedy with ownership that it can tunnel vision or focus me as the only thing with problems, or like, in a way it's true, like I'm the only problem there is, but like, um, within my problems is in a way other people's problems, I guess. And not that I have to solve other people's problems, but this thing where it's like, um, okay, I am not going to be able to solve all of your problems, just so you know. Like, just so you know, okay? And you do with that whatever you wish, okay? Like, um, if you want to strive to, focus on your problems, I think that would probably be a good thing, you know? And if you don't, well, it is what it is, and I'm just going to do. I'm just going to really try to do my part, and I'm not here to like hold anyone accountable to, better themselves. I don't think people really. Um, it's this thing where it's like this idea of needing other people to better themselves. It's kind of like this thing where it's like if you better yourself, then you'll be lovable. But it's like people are already lovable. I feel um, like the unconditional love kind of thing, and but within that is like if someone has a problem that they're dealing with, I feel like that's real, and as much as I would like to be 100% for everyone, I just know that I'm not. So at a certain point, it's like if you're not happy with the outcomes of who I am, um, if you can't accept the outcomes and kind of, I want to say, blame me for not being 100%, that's fine. I mean, I know that I'm not 100%, so it's like, um, all the time. So, um, it's kind of like, so then what? Um, you know, it doesn't, you don't win by hating me. Um, so I'm gonna spark this shit up. Um, I feel like that was just kind of something that's kind of crazy how that just kind of works. Like how that, um, you know, I think this kind of idea of like making like a legit podcast series, I'm pretty stoked about it. Sometimes I feel like it's hard for me to feel like I have novel ideas to share, but um, I think kind of having a podcast regularly would kind of, I feel like I would get some self-reflection and kind of be motivated to, kind of have new ideas to share with people. Um, so yeah. So yesterday I woke up, I had 2 cups of Black Rifle coffee. Um, like it was pour over, which means that there's kind of like a paper thing. Like there's like this kind of a plastic thing that propped up, or that had this plastic kind of coffee filter thing that you would put a coffee filter in, and you just kind of you'd put the coffee grinds in the coffee filter and pour over the coffee grinds with hot water, and it would drip down into the cup. So I had like that coffee, but I layered Hamilton. He has like this coffee creamer stuff that I found at CVS, and it was like a mushroom one, and I just kind of put a couple like I just took like spoonfuls. I took like a spoonful and put it in and stirred it up, and then I did that with the second cup as well. And so yesterday, I actually the thing about that coffee creamer is it has like MCT oils in it, I think. Yeah, it has like MCT oils in it, but it has all kinds of other shit in it. But the MCT oils are derived from coconut oil, I believe. And the thing about the MCT oils is I believe they're kind of like a shorter chain fatty acid, and what that means, I think, is that they're kind of like more rapidly digested and broken down. So I think what happens with the MCT oils is like when a person is they're burning sugar, they're burning like these really really rapidly um, absorbed um, energy molecules or some shit like that. And I think with the MCT oils, it can be kind of a bridge where it's like you're burning up these really rapid, small little packets of energy. It's like fucking, it's like fucking crack or something, sugar. And then, um, so when the body is like um, burning off of that, and it runs out of that, the body will kind of be starved for a bit for some reason to where it can fully start to burn the like basically body fat or like fat source like ketosis. And the thing about the um the MCT oil, I believe the MCTs, is that they're a bit shorter. So they're a bit like they're broken down, or the body is able to kind of, I think it can kind of help the body get into fat burning quicker somehow. So yesterday I just drank that coffee or whatever and with the MCTs, and I didn't eat that whole day. Not that I would recommend other people do that, but I just felt really nice. I just felt like I kind of transitioned into that fasted state a bit quicker, which was pretty dope. Um, so it's kind of, I think it can kind of help with entering a fasted state or ketogenic state. And I haven't really been fasting too because I feel like I've been experiencing difficulty fasting, whether or not I um, I think at a certain point, when it comes to forcing a deficit, the body will kind of reject that deficit, and kind of um, the body will want to eat at a surplus to kind of get the body's energy output higher for just like survival needs. Um, so I was kind of struggling to fast, and but some people will say it's all willpower. I don't fucking know if that's true. I have some doubt about that, but I think if it's planned, then it's all good. But or that if there's a period of being anabolic, which means like building muscle, being at maintenance or surplus, kind of revving the body's energy output up, and there's that mode. Um, and then there's kind of like the hibernation mode, which is the fasted state. And so I've been struggling to get into the fasted state. And here, let me just spark this up before I fucking forget to. And I'm honestly, so right now I'm about 190, I think, 180 something. I'm 5'10", and I don't have like much weight and muscle. Like I could probably put on like 10, 20 pounds of muscle. I'm not exactly sure. Is this video like lagging? I can't tell. But so if I'm like 190 right now, I think my goal should probably be to cut to like 150, maybe even beyond. Just like get lean and then start putting on muscle. Um, at least that's kind of what I would like to do. I think I actually would like to put on muscle just to kind of like change up my lifestyle. But I like the idea of just kind of like fasting to the point, or like cutting weight to the point where I'm just like happy, lean, and just kind of like I would like to just stay there if possible. You know, I don't know. I just think, being lean it just seems like efficient sometimes, or I don't know. Maybe the reason why I kind of like the idea of being lean is like I'm not really trying to be super big into lifting or anything like that. I kind of want to be like light, still powerful, but just like light and tactical, to where to I don't want to be big and bulky and just kind of like I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is like I would like to be lean ribbed. Um, but right now I'm like 190, so and it's been over a year since I've been like 150, so um, that was when I was getting really big into fasting and also doing the carnivore diet. I've been struggling to do the carnivore diet, but I kind of think that one thing I'd like to do, though I don't know if I'm how it's actually going to work out, is kind of doing the carnivore diet, but living a kind of like a steady state lifestyle of walking around a lot. Because there's a way of like, I could fast and do nothing and just kind of burn slowly, or I could, eat a lot but still be in a deficit. Um, and it's just kind of like I could eat a lot, but I would have to do a lot to be in a deficit, or I could, eat nothing and do nothing and be in a deficit. And it's just like, I feel like I'd have to be really content to eat nothing and do nothing. Like, I've been in a place before where it's like pure just contentment. But the thing about it is, like, if I have work or like tasks that I have to do and I have to kind of, turn it on, that fucking, adrenaline or whatever. In the beginning stages of a fast, it can be difficult, but then it can get like, there's kind of this surge of energy within the first 24 hours of fasting. And, okay. So, kind of what I'm thinking about is like eating a huge meal. There's kind of this drop in energy, then this slow, like building surge of energy because the body starts utilizing that food that was eaten. But then it kind of tapers down because then that's when the body starts like preserving, um, or that's when the body starts tapping into fat, and the body um, is trying to be as efficient as possible with the bank of, not trying to like overspend. But the thing is like I feel like I have a lot of body fat, so like I wish I could like just kind of overspend like a motherfucker and just kind of be extremely high output, but the body can kind of get like sleepy. It wants to sleep and recover and hibernate when pushing an extreme, just fast, like nothing, like deficit, or like a, 0 calorie kind of thing, or close to 0 calorie, a fast. And but okay, so I'm trying to run a 100-mile ultra marathon. I don't even know how it's gonna go. I'm kind of nervous. I don't want to let myself down because I know it's something I really want to do, but it's something that I'm going to attempt. Today's the 17th. I'm going to attempt it on the 19th. And it's like I just can't really, I just it's hard to believe that it's real, like that's really going to happen. And the mind has a way of, kind of panicking sometimes, and I just gotta, I just gotta stay calm. I gotta just do it. I just gotta keep moving. I gotta stick with it until it's done, and that's all there is to it. There is some stress of like time, if I'm gonna be able to do it within 24 hours. I feel like I'm gonna want to walk for periods of time during it. I really want to avoid stopping because I feel like once I stop, there's like a lactic acid buildup, and it makes it really hard to get back. It makes it extremely painful to just get back into it. And yeah, so because one time I ran like 30 miles, and I planned on doing like 60 or some shit like that. And once I was at mile 20, I'm like, I think I can actually do more than 100. I'm feeling really good. But then I took some stops, to take a piss, to get some water, to take a shit, and just all those different stuff. And all those different stops, like stopping for too long, getting back to try to run again, I just felt like uh, I don't know, like my body was just kind of like saying that it was done. And I'm kind of nervous because that was actually my last long run, and that was a while ago. I haven't really been training like a motherfucker for this, and there's kind of this idea of like, you know, don't don't you want to have really good training for something like a test or whatever, so you can just look back on the training. Say if I'm gonna do a thought, say if I'm gonna, like David Goggins when he beat the pull-up record, he while he was doing all those fucking pull-ups in that day, it was like all those pull-ups compared to like all the fucking pull-ups he did before that was just like, it's like he did all those fucking pull-ups beforehand, so I feel like he knew that it was just like, um, it was kind of like using that as like a stepping stone, like this is just what we do kind of thing. Like knowing or having like a confidence in that sort of task, that test, to where my confidence when it comes to running this 100-mile ultra marathon is like the farthest I ever ran in a day was like 40 miles, and that was split up into two different runs. I ran 48 miles in 2 days, before. I don't know. Ran 30 miles, did 20. Uh, yeah, so I I've yet to do 100 miles. So, but I my job is basically steady state cardio. I've done like I push shopping carts, and the thing is like I feel like I've done quite a bit of walking. I've ex- I think if anything is going to motivate me is the psychological struggles that I've been through. I think those are going to kind of be like, I've been through all that psychological struggle. This physical struggle ain't fucking shit compared to that kind of thing. Like I've endured worse than this. So, I went to a rave not too long ago, and while I was at the rave, it happens while at work or like during a run sometimes, but it's this thing where it's like I become like this being that is more than 100%. Like I have moments of being beyond 100%, and those moments can feel like invincibility, or just it's like the only way to get through is through kind of thing. Like being able to just kind of embrace that suffering in a way, to just be like, okay, this is just, it's like this suffering in a way can be like a wall. It can feel like a limitation, like the fear of suffering or fear of suffering more can just kind of be like a limiter. Like a car has a governor, and it's like being able to kind of break that barrier um, can just kind of unlock a new mode, or a new like when I was doing a lot of walking, I was walking probably at least like 13 miles a day, half marathon a day or so. Some days it'd be like over 20, some days it'd be below 10 miles, but I was just getting a good average of walking a lot. But like during that period, um, my feet started to hurt really fucking bad at times while walking, and I kind of realized something, which was like, it's kind of fucked up, but it's like, if I actually walk faster, it's better. Like it just feels better on my feet. To where if I'm just like slow, very slow. See, I thought that if I just be very slow and very low impact, then it would be it would help, and I think it does help. It's very meditative with that approach to slowing down, but then it's also like, it's like there's different gears or something, and it's like once you're in a certain gear for like too long, that gear or some shit, it starts getting like worn out, I guess. So like I feel like what I'm gonna have to do for the alt 100 miler is I'm probably actually going to have to kind of switch my gears, um, like throughout, and kind of like just kind of keep switching up the gears, so no single gear just is completely fucking dead. Like there's gonna be times where I feel like walking. There's gonna be times where I'm sure maybe at least once or twice where I'm just gonna be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna sprint, you know, um, or just I catch a nice um, high or something like that, like a runner's high. I just ride that wave, And a buddy of mine was, saying, it's all about he was saying that, once he's in a low, he gets excited because he knows that there, what's going to come is a high, you know, it's just kind of that anticipation and excitement for that high, riding that wave, you know. So, but yeah, 2 days out, I feel just like nothing, but it's a good thing. So, um, I feel like my weight is a bit high. It's like 190 right now. I was hoping to be like fucking 150 for this shit. Um, this weight is actually a bit high for me. I feel like chubby, but um, the way I kind of view it is like even even though it's not, the way I kind of view it is like it's a lot of fat on my especially upper body and shit, but like I just imagine that, you know, it's like my legs are just as strong even if that weight was muscle or fat. Like it's just weight, so like my legs have been carrying that weight. So it's like um I could be I have tons of muscle and be probably 180 or so, 170. I think I might be able to get down to 180, probably maybe even 175, maybe even a little bit below that, especially during the run. I feel like I'm just gonna cut weight during it. Like, I'm just gonna cut water weight, I'm gonna get into ketosis. So, I don't know. I think it really, it's like, you know, I think it's really possible I can do this. And, you know, I feel like a motivator of mine is other people and just understanding other people and it's kind of like a thing where it's like giving that gift to myself of like, you know, how much I have to give. And you know, I'm I'm 21 years old, about to turn 22 on the 21st. I'm trying to get this 100 miler in before I turn 22, and I think it's possible. I just gotta make sure my mind doesn't short circuit. I gotta, you know, stay out of my mind. I gotta just refocus. I gotta be monk mode. You know, I can think. It's fine. Probably, you know, I'm probably gonna think about a lot of shit and just kind of not quit. You know, that's all. I think that's my goal. Really, is to just not quit. You know, I may not be 100% for it, but it's like I feel like I'm gonna take a shot at at during a few parts of it to kind of give more. But because I know Cameron Haynes is an ultra runner, and I remember him saying something about how he ran an ultra marathon, and he said something about, you know, he finished, and that's good, but like he knows that he didn't give his best, and that's just it's kind of where I'm at. It's just like I feel like I can finish it, but really, is it? I think it's gonna be about like seeing if I can give my best. So, um, I don't have a phone. I should probably go get a phone today if I can. Set up my Fitbit on my set up my Fitbits to track the miles. That's really the only way I have to tell the miles. I'm just gonna do it based off of that. Try to get 100 miles on the Fitbit. You know, it might be split up a bit if it's over 24 hours. If I don't start it at midnight, I might be able to just track it. You know, just be like track, run kind of thing, and hopefully it'll stay. Hopefully it doesn't fuck it up. But unfortunately, like unless I have my phone, I don't think there's really gonna be another fallback. And it kind of sucks because it's like I don't know how accurate the Fitbit is. So if I don't get even if I got 100 miles on the Fitbit, I might have some doubt as to whether or not it really was 100 miles. It's gonna be a Fitbit Versa 2. I might just say fuck it once it hits 100 miles on there and just be done. Hopefully I don't fucking die, but I don't really know who's going to be there to see me do this. It's gonna be extremely last second if anyone does show up. I just wanna I know a field that I wanna run laps around. It's actually a pretty small field, so it's gonna be kinda crazy. I'm just gonna take. I might need to bring like 2 gallons of water with me. At least a full gallon of water, I think. Try to be properly hydrated the day before. I might do it in a fasted state, just so I'm burning clean off of ketones, so I don't hit that wall. Just kind of like no. It's kind of like a no factor kind of deal. Like if I eat a bunch of food and my stomach is all fucked up, that'll probably fuck me up. Like David Goggins was like pissing Coca-Cola and shitting up his back, and I would like to avoid that. My body is really fucking stupid sometimes and thinks it's a great idea to like poison myself, so hopefully I don't. I've been just trying to eat ribeyes, steak, eating clean if I can. I had a couple burgers and like the other day I it was crazy, but I had fast food in the morning. I had 2 pounds of burger, which was good, but then I had more fast food at night, and it was just like I don't know. I don't know. To where, as of recently, I've just been like doing honey if I want carbs, and that coffee creamer that Laird Hamilton has. It's more like a powder, but that has like mushrooms and the other one has turmeric in it, and just kind of using like very minimal kind of clean supplementation for that carbs if I'm really feeling like it. Not doing anything too heavy if I can, and like I'm not gonna eat a pile of ice cream or some shit. That would probably not be good. But dude, I didn't even really fucking smoke this shit, so I think I'm just gonna end the video there. Good luck to all of y'all. I wish all the best fucking wishes. Wish you goodwill, like you fucking get your shit together kind of thing. Goodwill. And I'm kind of like wondering if I'm gonna ask people to subscribe to me, at the ends of my videos, but I should probably just not and just put these videos out there. So, alright, folks. Alright, bye. I'm just gonna end it. Bye.